In today's video, we're checking out what might be one of the nicest looking Les Pauls. This is the Les Paul Modern with this beautiful graphite top. I think this looks absolutely stunning. Now there's a few differences between this and a standard Les Paul, and I'll talk more about that in just a moment. Firstly though, thank you to Sky Music for the loan of this. They're not paying me to make this video, nor do I get to keep this guitar, unfortunately. It's absolutely beautiful. I'll talk more about that in just a moment. Let's get into it. Here's the guitar up close. Again, I love the look of this visually. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's not as heavy as a regular Les Paul, and that's because we get the ultra modern weight relief under the top here. There's lots of sections routed out internally, which won't make it feedback or do anything weird like a traditional archtop guitar, but you still get the full tone just with a little bit less weight, and I really like that. I have no problems with guitars that have weight relief. I know some of the purists might not like it, but if you're looking for a guitar like this, odds are something like that won't bother you. On the back of the guitar, we get a contoured heel. This is something that most Les Pauls don't have, and it allows you to get right up to the end of the fretboard a lot easier than you'd be able to on a regular Les Paul. So I really like that. Again, visually, it is very different. If you're not used to seeing this on a Les Paul, it might shock you when you first see it, but it's actually something that adds to the playability. The body material is mahogany, and there's the back of the guitar right there. As you can see, we also get a mahogany neck. If you like a modern neck, you'll dig the slim taper on this. Now, when I first picked it up, I thought it was really comfortable in the hand. I'm more partial to 50s fat necks, but this one actually feels pretty good. The fretboard material is ebony, which is a point of difference to a regular Les Paul. We get the medium jumbo frets. The inlays on this guitar, unlike a lot of others, are actual mother of pearl trapezoid inlays instead of the acrylic ones. A welcomed addition on any Gibson Les Paul are these locking tuners. It's a great upgrade to any Les Paul, and these hold tune really well. I kind of wish all Gibsons had these stock. Another point of difference between this and a traditional Les Paul is we get the ability to coil tap the neck and the bridge pickup, or any combination of each, by using the two volume controls. So these are the volume controls. You can push these up to coil tap and down to go back to humbucker mode. They feel very reliable and secure in either mode, so that's really cool. One of the things that this guitar has is a master volume control bypass. So you can have the volume control all the way off on both the neck or the bridge pickup, and then pull this up and the volume will kick in. I think this is a really cool touch. The neck pickup is a Burstbucker Pro Rhythm, and the bridge pickup is a Burstbucker Pro and Lead. That's the name of it, plus Lead. So they're interesting sort of names there. Burstbuckers are inherently my favorite pickups from Gibson. These do sound a little different. They also give you a bit of a different combination thanks to these push-pull pods. Now when it comes down to the visual of this, I think it looks great. We get the binding around the trim of the guitar. We also get these top hats that are clear. I think it really looks good. All right, let's kick it off today. I'm plugged into my Marshall DSL 40CR amplifier. We're on the clean channel. I'm gonna start on the neck pickup in humbucker mode. Here we go. Neck pickup with the coil tap. Something really strange about a Les Paul that makes that kind of sound with that coil tap sort of vibe. Very different to the traditional humbucker. I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. Over to both pickups, here we go. And now over to both pickups in coil tap mode. Actually like both of the pickups in coil tap mode. I think it sounds pretty good. It sounds very different to a Les Paul, or a traditional one at least, anyway. Over to bridge pickup. I'm going to start this one in coil tap mode. Got a very sort of quacky sound to it. And over to humbucker mode. Let's try some higher gain tones now, starting on the bridge pickup in humbucker mode, and we'll do the same thing again. We'll go through each of the combinations. Coil tap. It sounds a whole lot better with a bit of drive. To me, that's very usable. Over to both pickups in humbucker mode to begin with. Both in split. Now just to mix it up, bridge pickup in humbucker mode. And both in humbucker mode. Now if you like getting something a little bit different tone-wise, you can definitely use this in a different set of combinations, whether that's the bridge pickup in split or coil tap mode or the neck one. It doesn't really matter. All right, over to neck pickup, here we go. And coil tap. Sort of got a heavily rolled out kind of sound like that. Back in humbucker mode though. I much prefer that. Let's try the ultra gain channel. And now we're over to the ultra gain channel on the amplifier, running a little bit of delay thanks to the Crazy Tube Circuit's time delay. Now this pot over here, this tone pot, if we pull it up, it bypasses the volume controls. Now I've got both volume controls all the way down, so there's no sound. Now if I pull this up, the guitar is enabled. This also works on the neck pickup. Have a listen. Thanks again for watching, folks, and just so you know, I really appreciate all the support on the channel, so thank you so much for being subscribed and all that kind of stuff. Thank you so much. Alright, so I'm going to give you my thoughts about this, and if you want to find out about it, at least the Sky Music, Toneman, and Sweetwater will be down in the description below. Now, how does this feel to play? It feels awesome to play. I was trying to control my enthusiasm throughout the video because I'm not really a Gibson fanboy. There's some Gibsons I really like, and there's some Epiphones I really like, there's some Fenders I really like, and there's some stuff from both and all companies that I don't like, but this plays so well. On the same day as shooting this video, I did the 50s gold top video, and this plays far better for whatever reason. Maybe it's just the action is set up to something that resembles my preferred action a little bit better, but it just feels very, very easy to play. There's very little fight in it as well, which means you don't really have to try that hard to kind of, you know, do the bends. Everything just feels really good. The fret edges are phenomenal. There's no issues with the pickups setup or anything like that. Now, in terms of the visual, I really love this finish. I think it looks fantastic. Now, that's going to be subjective, and I guess also black finishes can be a little bit more of a problem with fingerprints and all that kind of stuff, but it is a charcoal and it's got the sparkle, and I have a feeling it's not going to show too many fingerprints on there. I guess I'll find that out in editing, but I really love the look of this. Yeah, I love the little clear controls here as well. I think it's a really good touch. So overall, visually and playability wise, this is fantastic. Again, I sound like a broken record, but most times when I try neck pickup in split coil mode, or coil tap mode I should say, it doesn't really sound that good to my ear unless you're using a bit of drive. So it's usable, it's different, and if you're looking for something with some different tones in it, this would be a great option, but I feel like its strength again is humbucker mode, except for if you're on both pickups. The coil tap mode sounds pretty great for getting some of that kind of country chops, or if you just want a real kind of jangly tone, you can get it out of it. But yeah, there's something that's sort of strange that happens to the top end on neck pickup in coil tap mode. It just gets a bit strange, whereas bridge pickup, you can kind of get some tones out of it as well. But you know, it's all subjective stuff. I love the locking tuners as well. Once I tuned this up, I had no problems with it. I think all Gibsons should come out of the factory with locking tuners, even their 50s ones. I think, you know, people would just prefer to have some extra tuning reliability, especially with the Les Paul. But overall, man, this is beautiful. If you want to check it out, links will be in the description below. Thanks again for watching. Catch you soon. See ya.